What was the catalyst to my journey as a life and health coach and a neuroscience geek, for lack of a better word? Well, I can tell you there are many things that brought me on this journey, and it began when I was a little girl. When I was little, all I wanted to do was grow food and help people that didn't have food. It was a 5 or 6 year old dream of going to India and helping people so that they were never hungry. And then it kind of transferred as I got a little bit older. In fifth or sixth grade, I wanted to go into, the poorer places of the United States and help people read. I am an avid reader. I've always been, and I wanted to help people who didn't know how to read to read. So as I got older, and here I am now, I'm 62 years old, and I love what I do. I wouldn't imagine doing anything else. But I don't really like to talk about me because in my world, it's all about you. So I've been asked to explain how did I get from there to raising a family, marriage with raising a family with 5 children and divorced. My children are all grown. I now have, 6 grandchildren. And as I have become who I am, how did that begin? So when my youngest daughter was 19, no grandchildren yet, I was interested in a man in Nova Scotia. So I moved to Nova Scotia. Like, why not? My kids are grown. I've spent a lot of years raising them. And I was a yoga instructor when I went to Nova Scotia. I started a studio there, and I loved it. I was in the Zen zone, and we lived on this beautiful property. And Nova Scotia is very lush and green, and I love the outdoors. I've always been a foodie since I was in 6th or 7th grade. I grew up in the gardens with my grandmothers and with my dad, and I grew up in the flower gardens with my mom and her mom. Being a part of the earth and getting my hands in the dirt has always been a piece of who I am. While I was in Nova Scotia, so I'm one of 5 children as well. So now you're going to learn a lot about me today. I'm one of 5. I'm the middle child, and I love all of my siblings. We've always been close. I'm one of those very lucky people who grew up in an amazing family. One of my younger brothers, he was the one next to me. He's 5 years younger. He was a missionary, and he taught English as a second language all around the world. And he happened to be in northern Iraq, and he had a heart attack and died when he was 48 years old. Sorry, it was 2011, and I still really have a hard time talking about it, as you can see. For a long time, he struggled with weight, a long time. And we would talk about it a lot. And as much as I would try to help him, I didn't know then. I knew a lot then, but I didn't know then what I know now. That the true issue behind overeating, though it's really easy to do because we know how to make foods that are horrible for us taste good, is emotional. And I happen to know all the emotional things that were behind that overeating. You can't weigh that much without a reason for stuffing. What are we stuffing? So when my brother died, it catapulted me. I filled my car. I left everything else and came back home. I had a granddaughter on the way. In the meantime, while I was there, I'd had a grandson be born. I just needed to be home with family. And so when I came back was when I said, I need to start doing what I had learned. I had taken a neuroscience life coaching course in Nova Scotia. I never intended to be a coach. I just wanted to learn sorry, my little dog. I just wanted to learn what the content. And as I came home and was processing my own grief and watching others, I decided to hang my shingle. We'll get to more of that in the next video. This is Bethany Perry.